Hello from Kingfisher, Oklahoma. I'm very excited today because we're jumping into the book of Joshua. We just finished the first 5 books of the Bible. So here we go into Joshua. We've got 4 things in Joshua 1 and 2. Well, first, God is speaking now to Joshua because Moses has died. And God tells Joshua that it's time to enter the promised land. God retells Joshua the plan. Here's my promise. Here's what you're going to do. And number 2, God reminds Joshua that the book of the law should always stay in his mouth. He should be meditating day and night. And guess what? It's the same for us, right? We should be meditating on God's book day and night. We should know the scripture and we should let that influence our lives continuously. God also tells them, hey, prepare 3 days. You're going to go over. Get yourself clean. Get yourself ready. Here we're going to go. And also remind those tribes that have taken their portion across the Jordan that they need to come too. They've got to come. They promised that if that land was theirs, that they would come in and help their brothers and sisters take this land. And so they need to come. He also says anyone who rebels against this is going to be put to death. Then in chapter 2, we get a super famous story. We get Joshua telling 2 spies to go across the land, just kind of spy it out, see what's happening around Jericho. Well, they go to Jericho, and meanwhile, the king is about to catch them, so they go to Rahab's house. Now, Rahab is a harlot, and she makes them a deal. I will hide you here at my house if when you come in and conquer the land, you will let me and my family live. They give the scarlet cord as a marker. And so it's a deal. She hides them until it's safe to leave, and then they leave. Super famous story. Really excited about this. So let's get started. The book of Joshua, chapter 1. Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses my servant is dead. Now therefore arise, go over the Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. Now let's not also forget that Joshua was one of 2 spies that gave a good report of the land. So he's not just a servant unto Moses, but he was one of the 2 who were allowed to live of those spies because of his good report. Now, every place that the sole of your foot shall tread, that I have given you, as I said to Moses, from the wilderness and this Lebanon, even to the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea, go toward the going down of the sun shall be your coast. So you got Euphrates on one side, you've got the Great Sea or the Mediterranean on the other. There shall not be any man able to withstand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage, and this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, and thou mayest observe to do according to the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. The book of the law shall not depart from thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee wherever thou goest. And Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, Pass through the host, and command the people, saying, Prepare victuals, for within 3 days ye shall pass over the Jordan to go in to possess the land which the Lord your God giveth to possess it. And to the Reubenites and the Gadites and half the tribe of Manasseh spake Joshua, saying, Remember the word which Moses the servant of the Lord commanded you, saying, The Lord your God hath given you rest, and hath given you this land. Your wives, your little ones, your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side of the Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them, until the Lord hath given your brethren rest, and he hath given you, as he hath given you, and they have also possessed the land which the Lord your God giveth them. Then you shall return to the land of your possession, and enjoy it, which Moses, the Lord's servant, gave to you on this side of the Jordan, toward the sun rising. And they answered Joshua, saying, All that thou commandest us to do, and whithersoever thou sendest us, we will go. According as we hearken unto Moses in all things, so will we hearken unto thee. Only the Lord thy God be with thee, as he was with Moses. Whoever he be that doth rebel against this commandment, and will not hearken unto thy words, and all thou commandest us, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of good courage. Chapter 2. Then Moses, the son of Nun, sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go, view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came to a harlot's house named Rahab, and lodged there. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country. And the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into thy house, for they come to search out all the country. And the woman took the men and hid them, and said, There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were. And it came to pass about the shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went, I wot not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof of her house, and hid them with the stalks of flax that she had laid in order on the roof. And the men pursued after them all the way to the Jordan unto the fords. And as soon as they which pursued after them were gone, they shut the gate. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them on the roof. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given the land to you, and that terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the Lord faint because of you. Hey, everyone in this promised land is scared because of what God can do. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites, which were on the other side of the Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and the earth beneath. Notice how even people who shouldn't be serving God recognize his power and his amazingness. They're giving him glory. Now, therefore, I pray you, swear unto me by the Lord, since I have showed you kindness, that you also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token, and that ye will save alive my father and my mother, my brethren and my sisters, and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death. And the men answered unto her, Our life for yours, if ye utter not this business. And it shall be, when the Lord hath given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. Then she let them down by a cord through her window, for her house was on the town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. And she said to them, Get ye to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there for 3 days, until the pursuers be returned. And afterward you may go your way. And the men said to her, We will be blameless of thine oath, which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we come into the land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window, which thou didst let us down by. And thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brethren and all thy father's house home unto thee. And it shall be that whosoever go out of the doors of thy house into the street, his blood will be on his own head, and we will be guiltless. And whosoever shall be with thee in thy house, his blood will be on our head, if any hand be upon him. And if thou utter this our business, then we will be quit of thine oath which thou hast made us swear. She said, According to your word, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed. She bound the scarlet line in the window, and they went and came unto the mountain, and abode there 3 days, until the pursuer were returned. And the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. So the two men returned and descended from the mountain and passed over and came to Joshua son of Nun and told them all the things that befell. And they said unto Joshua, Truly the Lord hath delivered into our hands all the land, for even all the inhabitants of the country do faint before us. Well, this is an incredible story. It's got to be encouraging for the Israelites to hear. They are scared. It's time to go in. Let's take what is our possession. And pretty incredible. And Rahab is actually going to be in the line of Jesus later and King David. So pretty incredible. We'll pick up her story. Catch you next time.